G'day everyone. We've got Pete here from the Highgate Engineering Division. So we're going to talk about a product that's had a lot of interest recently, and that's Superflex HD fittings and hose. So tell us a little bit about the problem our customers are seeing on site when it comes to hose, Pete.
Thanks, Marcos. So here I've got an example of an OEM crimped hose manufactured straight out of the factory for any of the heavy-duty equipment. The original construction is basically a steel ferrule which is crimped down onto the rubber of the hose.
Okay.
So unfortunately, over time, the rubber can break down inside the crimp. It can start leaking. It can even start to fracture around the back, along the hose. It's not entirely resistant to abrasion. Can wear through quite easily.
So it's not really suited for Australian conditions on mine sites, is it?
From what we've seen, there are better alternatives.
Yeah.
The factory hoses do okay, but yes, there are definitely solutions that are a heavier duty version.
Yeah, and I guess that's why one of our recent campaigns, we've seen a lot of customers show interest in the fitting. We were offering a free sample for customers, and we've had plenty of people come through. So yeah, now let's dive into the actual Superflex fitting and hose and tell us a bit about that.
Sure. Yes, we've had a really good response from that, a lot of interest, so it's been really promising to see. The Superflex fittings are essentially the same in that they are crimped on the end of the hose. However, the way they do it is a lot different. So this one's that they have the barb with two O-rings inside the crimping area, and we have two stainless steel bands which are positioned within the guides like so. And then once we have the sealant that we put on as well, that's then put around the barb and around the O-rings, and then the stainless steel bands are positioned on the guide. Hose is then pressed into the fitting.
It's pretty simple, yeah.
Nice and simple, very efficient, and then they are then just pulled up with the suitable crimping pliers.
Just like that.
Click it into place. It's much faster and simpler way of actually doing up the hoses and the fittings. When you're out on site, some of the old bead locks can be quite cumbersome and also difficult to get the crimper in amongst the equipment that you're replacing the hose on.
Got it. Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have the luxury of doing the hose on the bench. It's actually inside the machine where you need tight access. So the pliers are considerably smaller and more compact than a large crimping tool. So
yeah, and like if I think you can adjust it as well if you need it.
The hose fittings can be positioned on the hose anywhere you'd like. Obviously, the only governing factor is going to be the bend on the fitting.
Yeah.
The hose itself is highly flexible, so it is much more kink resistant than some of the older hose. And here is one that we have put together, ready to go into a kit. We've got this all completely finished. We put spiral wrap on these as well to increase the resistance to abrasion and wear along the length of the hose. This one's all completed, ready to go into a kit.
Looks awesome. All right. I think that gives us a good overview of what Superflex looks like and what it can do. So yeah, thanks for sharing that, Pete.
You're welcome.
Thanks.